In this barber tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to do a burst fade step by step. So my client here has a textured crop with a light stubble on the sides. So I start off by texturizing the top. I like to start with cutting the top because it helps me blend in the hair. It helps me blend the fade in to the hair on top. And for me, I just find it much easier. So to add texture with the scissors, I treat it as if I'm just cutting hair normally, but instead of cutting straight across, I point cut. When you're point cutting, you're cutting the hair at uneven lengths, and doing so adds texture. So what I do when I start my fade, I don't start with the trimmers, I start with my clippers. I start with my clippers with no guard open or no guard closed. Doing this, I find it much easier to get out the skin line when I'm fading. And I do my best to keep my fading steps as simple as possible. Now the video is going really fast for me, so I just wanted to get this video out. So I'm going to do my best to narrate and give as many tips as possible. So I'm walking on my treadmill. I'm at my mum's place. I need to get this video out. So this is how we're doing it today. So what I do with my client here, my client likes his fades to be as dark as possible. The thing with his hair is that his hair is very sensitive to the clippers. So I could do maybe a no guard open and it'll cut a lot. It's very responsive. My client's hair is very responsive to the clippers. So it's quite a struggle to keep a very dark look while getting rid of all the unnecessary weight. Because with my client's hair, he likes a dark look. But usually there's a lot more weight because his hair's responsive, and having the weight of the hair creates that dark look that he likes. But it's unnecessary weight. Now when I'm fading, I'm making sure that I'm flicking out. And when I'm flicking out, I'm slightly blending into the hair. That's the next step above. So that's what you do when you flick out. And right here, I'm using scissor over comb. Because my client's hair is so responsive, I personally find that using scissor over comb helps keep my cutting in control. Now, when you're blending in the beard, I do my best to keep the exact same steps as a normal fade, just upside down. All right. All right, so I'm going to use the foil shaver once I'm done using the trimmer. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. And this is just the way that I'm currently fading. Right now, as of today, this video was taken maybe almost a month ago now. About 3 weeks ago, I recorded this video. And my fading technique has changed because I have found a much more efficient way. I was even recording some footage this week, and my fading technique is slightly different from the fades this week. So this is going to be a fun process, seeing my steps on how I'm fading to how I'm currently fading today, as in the day I'm recording the voiceover. Because I've recorded the footage much earlier than the voiceover. About 3 weeks different, so it's going to be very fun. So now I'm just detailing my client's haircut, and I'm puffed out already. And now I'm using the foil shaver. Even with the foil shaver, I'm still flicking out. The closer that I get to the zero line, not the skin, the zero line, I'm even flicking out with the foil shaver as if I'm fading, blending it into the top. And sometimes I'll even blend down as well. Now, on an unrelated note, I don't usually drink V, but today I need the energy. This is all I have at my disposal. My pre-workout's at my place. My sister didn't have any pre-workout here. And I'm out of caffeine capsules. So I'm having this. And I don't have mouthwash. I can't be bothered brushing my teeth, so I don't want a coffee. So I'm just having this today. But I don't usually drink these. Shit's terrible for you. All right. Now, before I do the lineup, I'm just making sure that my client's fade on the right side matches not only the left, but I noticed that there were a few lines in the fade. So then even when I lined them up, if I kept it, it just wouldn't have looked good. So this is the way that I prep my client's lineup today. So I just used a light holding hairspray. And I like to keep a comb on hand. And this is a number 2 guard open. And then I switched to the 1.5 guard open. For me, because my client's hair is so responsive, I don't mind playing it safe first and using a longer guard rather than just going straight in with the guard that usually does work. Usually the 1.5 guard does work, but my client's hair is just so responsive. Sometimes the 1.5 guard may cut too much. It's not a risk I'm willing to take because my clients appreciate my work and they have trust in me with their appearance. And it's not a chance I want to take. So with my lineups, where's the blinds, please? Where's my sister just messaged me from her granny flat. So with my lineups, I like to start in the middle. Hey Siri, message. All right, give me a few minutes. I like to start in the middle with my lineups. And what I do with the vertical bar, I use my client's facial structure as my guide. So I create a symmetrical haircut to each individual client. And this just helps them stand out. It helps them look their best because their haircut is tailored to them in every single way imaginable. So you're going to see much better from this angle when I do the vertical bar. I'm using my client's facial structure. So the exact angle of my client's forehead is the angle that I use for my client's vertical bar. A lot of the time, well, most of the time, it is going to work. Some clients that have a receding hairline, it may not work as well. So you just do your best to follow the forehead line. And the only reason that I do this, and I like to, over just guessing what angle to do the vertical bar, is because it helps my haircuts flow like a river. It helps my haircuts flow like a river. Humans are attracted to, humans like things that are symmetrical. When a haircut is symmetrical, it helps your client look better. If you just see a random guy on the road and their haircut just looks symmetrical to them, to their face structure, it helps them look attractive. They stand out. And look, my clients have a great dating history, right? My clients have a great dating history because of the little things like this. Look, it's not that deep, but tell me, is it just a coincidence that my clients have a good dating history and I'm just so focused on helping them or helping create a symmetrical haircut for them? Even if it's a style that isn't as objective, like my client here, he's got a burst fade. Not everyone likes a burst fade, but his haircut flows like a river and it helps him look his best. Look, I don't know what to say. So now with the chopsticks, geez, I'm out of breath. All right. Okay, so I'm using shaving gel just to lubricate the area. I don't like to use the blade anymore, just dry shaving, especially with designs. I don't like to do it. I don't think I really have ever. And it just helps lubricate the area. You could use any shave gel will do. I don't know what mine is. Mine's just a random Barber one. And when you're using the blade, you want to pull the skin tight and hold the blade flat. The tighter you pull the skin, however, the more hair you're going to cut. So be mindful. You don't want to cut too much. Now with my client's mustache, we disconnect the mustache from the beard. So I use a 1 guard and I play around open and closing just to see what length not only keeps my client's mustache and soul patch, this part under here, dark, because we like a dark look, but we want a full look as well. So some places of the mustache may be a slightly different length to the rest of the mustache. My client's edges of the mustache are slightly lighter than the middle section here, the Hitler section. So If we want a full look, it's going to be different lengths, technically. It looks the same length to the eye, but technically it's going to be different lengths. That's the rest with fading. That's the exact same with fading. Now, a way to make your client's moustache stand out is by not neglecting the vertical, or the, what I call them, handlebars, not neglecting the handlebars here. So just cleaning those up, even if there's no hair there. It's funny, but it will actually help your client's moustache stand out more. Even if there's no hair, just shaving the skin somehow makes the area stand out. Now, with the beard lineup underneath, I start in the middle. I always start in the middle, and I make my way over to, it doesn't really matter what side. If there is a weaker side, maybe the weaker side. But usually I just go from middle to right. It's just a habit of mine. And with this, you don't want to line it up too high. You want the hair to wrap around the jaw. Well, you want the hair to wrap around the jaw. If you line the hair up on the jaw, you're going to look like you have a double chin. If you line it up too low, it doesn't look aesthetic. So the way that I line up my clients, unless they ask me not to, is that I leave hair underneath the jaw so the hair can wrap around the jaw. That way their jawline stands out. And because in men, a strong jawline signals attractiveness. It's just one of our features that triggers in women and men. Having a sharp jawline makes you more attractive. I make sure that my clients' lineups either enhance the jaw that they have or even create the illusion of having a stronger jawline. So I like to do the beard lineup with my clients leaning back. I haven't put the chair back yet. This is what I'm currently doing. The chair's still straight, but I just bring up the headrest and I have them put their head back, and then I bring them all the way back later to do the top of the lineup, the eyebrows. And same thing, pull the skin tight, hold the blade flat. With the beard especially, the stronger you pull, the rounder the beard's going to look. As in, because you're going to cut more hair, so be very mindful of that. Moustache, pull your client's lips down, and you're going to see me raise my client's nose as if he's holding his nose like this. Maybe I don't. Oh, okay, maybe I didn't have to. Do I? No, I don't. Anyways, we're going to see that in another video. Just a different way that I get right underneath the nose. Now what I'm doing here, I'm actually fading the goatee in, fading out all the dark spots so the goatee looks more even and his beard looks more like a pretty boy look. Rather than a full beard and a patchy beard, it looks almost like moustache and goatee combination. That's just the look that we like. So what I do with this client, I shave my client's hair, neck hair with the blade. Now, the time of filming this video, I do everything. Shaving cream, the whole kit and caboodle, hot towel, just for my normal service price. I don't know how long I'm actually going to keep on doing this. I had a conversation with one of our other barbers, and he made me think. One of our other barbers from our Bexley shop, which is this shop, said that personally he probably wouldn't do it, and he suggested something else, which has really made me think. And I said to him, bro, you're giving me a lot to think about. So I'm always open to learning. I got no ego. I'm always open to learning and taking on wisdom from others. So take cuts if you're watching this, bro. Thanks for the advice. I'm genuinely thinking about it. So thank you, bro. I'm definitely considering it for sure. I'm taking your word on. All right, but at the time of filming this, I do a hot towel first. What the hot towel does, I put moisturizer underneath my client's neck because it keeps the moisture locked into the hair. The hot towel is warm, so it opens the pores. The hot towel's wet, so it keeps the moisture in the hair. with the shaving cream, I'm pushing the shaving cream into my client's neck, into the hair that I want to cut. And then, as I do that, you're going to see me do like the eyebrows and everything else on my client. But what it does, when you're pushing the moisture and the shaving cream into the hair begins to stand up. The hair begins to stand up, so it's much easier to cut. Especially with my client's hair here, his hair is just so thick. The trimmers always nick him. The electric shaver doesn't do the perfect job, so he needs the blade. He needs the blade. There's just no way around it. Even oh man. Even when I do use the cutthroat blade, the straight blade, my client just always breaks out. There's no way around it now. It's either we get an uneven shave, there's still stubble, still hair sticking out, and he still gets bumps. He may get cut from the trimmer because the trimmer's always catching on his skin. Or the other way around, we just use the blade. There may be a few cuts here and there just from bumps that are already there. This is what we're doing so far. But, my client, he says, he doesn't mind getting nicked, he said, bro, whatever does the job. Now, this is just a nice little service. Now, you can shave against the grain, especially if you especially if you do the correct prep, you prep the hair well, you can shave against the grain, and it's not an uncomfortable experience. You just got to prep properly. That's by, softening the hair, shaving cream, this and that. My clients that I do this on, man, it's much, a lot of barbers, I'm pretty sure, are charging a bit more for this. So Tate really made me think. He really made me think. Especially if barbers are charging more for this, then it means I've got to up my price for this as well. But I haven't done it in like a few weeks. I haven't done this in a minute. All right. So here's a much better angle. So I even go behind the ears, and wherever I line up my client with the trimmer is as high as I'm gonna go. Pulling the skin tight, holding the blade flat. And this is a great way to get right up close and up and personal with your clients as well. Okay. Well, there's not much else to say. Going down with the grain, because some of the hair I just knew if I went up against the grain straight away or sideways against the grain, this wouldn't have worked, because my client's head also grows in different directions too. So here what I'm adding, I'm just doing a bit of aftershave. What it actually is aftershave, like the aftershave colognes or just normal perfume in moisturizer. So I moisturize the skin, it's got the scent plus the perfume or the aftershave cologne, because it's got alcohol, disinfectant. So I was doing with this, I was doing my perfume, 1 million EDT. It was really just like a clone of it, whatever. I just sprayed it into just normal face moisturizer. It acts as an aftershave. Mix it up in the bottle, shake it up. And here I'm adding either my beard balm or my beard softener. I love this product. It's a great selling product. It's guava, it's coconut, helps you smell your best. And my clients, the women that my clients date, notice it instantly. So it's a good seller. It's a good seller amongst my clients. If you're looking for a way to stand out freshly, grab yourself one of the beard softeners or the beard balm. So now I'm adding texture powder into my client's hair. And what I do, I put it in and then I shake it up. Fuck off. I'm just touching up the lineup again, making sure my client's haircut is perfect. All right. And this is pretty much the haircut. Lighting's terrible in this shop, or on the camera, sorry. starting in the middle, just being a perfectionist. My client here really admires that about our service. He's very understanding, very cool clients. All right, and this is how the haircut looks. Yeah, so if you're in the Revesby area, I'm back at our main shop, or I'm back at my shop in Revesby. If you're in the Revesby area and you want to go from being unconfident to unforgettable, book your haircut with me. I help men become unforgettable everywhere they go, turn heads. So click the link below, or this link, booking link in the description, book your haircut with me and experience the difference now. Otherwise, this is how the haircut turned out. So my client and I get on very well, just talking about the haircut, talking about why we were just talking about the back, because we used to have the back at a longer length. And yeah, just talking about, I don't even remember what we're talking about. But that's the video. If this helped you out, follow me on Instagram. I post daily content, updates, tips, and just my life in general. And if you got any value from this video, watch the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.